My god, is that Ferret? Is that person that started a YouTube channel and then forgot about it for 4 months? Hi! I've been gone. Sorry I've been gone. I ran out of ideas and then I just decided to not post, and then I kind of forgot about this for a bit, and then my friends came over and was like, how's your YouTube channel doing? So now I'm kind of embarrassed. But I'm back now. Woo! I don't know how much I'll be back because there's a lot of things going on in my life. But I decided to talk about the Dream Team today because I've got nothing better to do. Before I start this off, I should probably say I'm not a hater. Well, I am a hater at heart, but like, I'm making this as someone who was a fan of the Dream Team. And if you don't believe me, I own these and much more. Does anyone want to buy them? Please, if anyone is looking for Dream merch or Sapnap merch or George merch, I have some. Take it from me. I don't wear them anymore. Dream Team. If you don't know who they are, it's comprised of Dream, George, Sapnap. They got really popular in 2020 when the Dream SMP was started, and Dream speedruns and manhunts started blowing up. If you don't know, Dream would do like speedrun manhunts where basically he would have to try and beat Minecraft while his friends tried to kill him. They're very popular. My friend introduced me to them and I was like, okay, cool. And then she was like, watch Dream SMP too, and I was like, okay. And now I know way too much about these 3 20-year-olds. Help. They weren't my favorites on the Dream SMP. There was others. But we don't talk about them either. Listen, watching a Dream SMP stream now is like bad. If you were to do like a drinking game to it and it was like take a shot every time someone who was cancelled now shows up, you would have alcohol poisoning. However, in its prime, it was pretty fun. Honestly, I know it was cringe, but I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I mean, it was just a fun time. There was serious stuff like storylines and actual lore that was happening within the SMP, but then there was also like just silly goofs and funny haha moments, which it was mostly comprised of, but there was a few serious stuff. Now that the Dream SMP has ended, a lot of people aren't in like the same groups anymore. You don't really see many people interacting like they used to. In 2024, I have only ever seen Tommy and Sapnap in the same room once, and that was a shock. In this video, I'm going to kind of summarize some situations that have happened with the Dream Team and why I kind of like to stay away from them because, I mean, it's interesting. Dream, who the Dream Team is named after. He has a long list of controversies, and some of them warranted, some of them not. I mean, internet's gonna do what internet's gonna do. When it comes to people that were in the Dream SMP, people can get very heated about this. Whether or not they like them or dislike them, they can get very heated about the discourse. So also disclaimer, please don't dox me. Please. I'm a random human being on the internet that actually doesn't have like any influence at all. So please, for the love of God, do not dox me. So I'll be honest, I really liked Dream like in like 2021, 2022 kind of era. It was fun, I guess. His fans can get a little intense sometimes, which is scary, but you know, I liked him. I kind of distanced away from his content like around the time after the face reveal. Even then I wasn't like watching it like a lot. But I thought he was cool. He was friends with like people that I thought were cool, so I just He released music. I think he has more songs now, but I couldn't be fucked to like look up what he's released now. Sorry. At least that I do know of is Mask, his song Mask, which got a very funny parody song, and that's like the only thing that I sing in my head when I think of his song is that one, because it's just too good. Mask was clowned on a lot for being like typical emo. Ooh, I'm so sad, I wear a fake smile. Honestly, I thought it was a kind of good song. I don't know, I wasn't like pressed by it. I haven't listened to it in years, so I don't know if it's aged well or whatever, but when it came out, I liked it, thought it was nice, whatever. It's also his first release of music, and I tend to be very nice on the first releases because they tend to not be good. Especially like influencer music, it gets clowned on a lot, but honestly, I think if you give the person time to like release more music and develop themselves as an artist, it gets better, supposedly. Like I said, haven't listened to like any of his newer releases, so I can't say if he's gotten better or worse. And I'm not going to fucking listen to them, because guess what? I had to listen to 40 minutes of this man rambling on a Twitter space for this, so I'm not going to be listening to him any more than I fucking have to. Sorry, I didn't want to watch the Twitter space, but I had to for context, and I did not like it. Dream's controversies include racism, pedophilia. There was also like queer baiting. I don't think people have talked about that much anymore, but like that was a whole thing. People were like, Dream's queer baiting. I don't know. It also plays into like a parasocial relationship with his audience way more than anyone should. But anyways, the whole thing about Dream is racist is that when he was younger, could not tell you how old, could not tell you what year this happened in, because I couldn't be fucked to look it up again. Fuck you. He posted a white supremacist edit. The second thing was doing a Native American war cry. I think I worded that right. He was playing Minecraft, being chased by one of his friends in Minecraft, I think, and then did the war cry, and people found that insensitive. He's apologized for those now. I don't know if you guys see it white as a ghost, so I can't like say, yeah, this is a good apology, no, not good apology, so whatever. I think the consensus is that he was younger, and so people were less harsh on it and kind of accepted it more. That's usually what happens when people do stuff when they're younger and then later apologize for it. But another thing, the Dream's a pedophile. I don't actually I couldn't tell you. Honestly, at this point, could not fucking tell you. When stuff first started coming out, it seemed like legit-ish to me. Honestly, I could not fucking tell you. It's so difficult now with a lot of fake stuff that I cannot tell you. I've got small pea brain in here. I don't know if DMs are faked or not, okay, unless it's like blatantly obvious that they're photoshopped. Consensus kind of was that people were making this up. There have been multiple allegations against him, and it's always just kind of, oh, this is fake. And I cannot tell you, I'm not smart enough to tell if the DMs are faked or not. I don't fucking know. There was one case where it was like, there was like a lot of evidence, like someone would be absolutely fucking insane to take the amount of time to fake all this kind of stuff. By the way, Dream did release like a long ass video kind of like debunking all of his controversies. Can watch it if you want. I watched it when it first came out, and then halfway through I kind of got bored and didn't want to watch it anymore. I was like, this bro's yapping too much. I don't want to listen to him anymore. Side note, he yaps so fucking much. Holy shit, shut your goddamn fucking lips. Put the phone down. Close Twitter, please. Please. I also completely forgot that people accuse him of faking his speedruns. I'm gonna be honest, I don't care unless you are going for a world record. If he's faking his speedruns for content, people fake stuff for content all the time. I'm not really too bothered about it. But if he is doing it like for like world records, then like that's kind of shitty, because people do actually spend time to get to the top of that list and everything, you know what I mean? This isn't really a controversy, but it's funny to me, the whole I can't breathe when you're not there. Watching him at the concerts was like insane. Like watching the clips. Huh? By the way, when he did the concert, I don't even know that he would have enough music to like do a whole concert. Like concerts are usually long, at least an hour of like the artist playing or something like that. I didn't realize you had that much stuff to fill an hour, but I mean, he did a tour. I think he's still on tour. That, or he just went on tour with Young Gravy. Side note, what? The fuck do you mean you went on a tour with Young Gravy? My favorite clip is probably, it's okay! It's okay! Watching a grown-ass man just like go through something. I don't even know what was happening, but he was going through something live on a stage is a little bit funny. There's also the George situation, which I will talk about when I get to George. I will go more in depth about everything when I get to George, but I don't know if I should mention this or not. It only gets kind of relevant when it gets to the George stuff, but he also denounced Wilbur Soot after Wilbur put out an apology. And honestly, I thought it was like really good. I thought it was really good. I sound like a dream stan. I thought it was a good statement to put out about the situation. That statement confuses me when we get to the George stuff. Oh, with the parasocial stuff. Sorry. Rubbed him out now. Forgot that I was also talking about parasocial stuff. He says I love you to his fans like a lot. Like a weird amount. Personally, I don't think you should be really saying that you love your fans, because it feeds into this weird parasocial relationship that a lot of creators try not to have because it's really uncomfortable for people. Not to mention, he released merch. It's merch. The Dream Team's baby photos, or like childhood photos. Like you could buy a USB with that on it. And that kind of irks me. Why do people need to pay for that? Pretty sure it also had like unreleased videos or songs or like some behind the scenes stuff as well on it. But I'm like, why do you need to include your baby photos? Start getting people to pay me money to show them my baby picture. I only own one baby picture. I actually don't know where the rest of mine are. I'm sure that I have them somewhere, but there is one photo of me as a kid that I have, like, that's in my possession. So I should just like start charging people to take a little look at it. Sapnap has been one of Dream's friends for a really long time, and he's like I think he's probably like the first person to do like the manhunt speedrun with. Sapnap has a lot of less controversies and a lot less serious ones, in my opinion. I honestly don't know of any other things that people get mad at Sapnap for, other than the fact that he streams on Kick now. If anyone does know any Sapnap controversies, I'm very interested to hear, because like, honestly, I could not tell you. So let's talk about the Kick thing. If you aren't aware, Kick is an alternative streaming platform to Twitch. I think at the start it was kind of marketed as like a better option for streamers to use because it had less restrictions. The reason that it has less restrictions is because it's run by white supremacists. So yeah, saying some like heinous shit won't get you banned on there. It actually takes a fuck ton to get banned off Kick, and as far as I know, there's one person that's been able to get completely banned off Kick. He's currently trying to get his account back. Pissed them off that much, I doubt that you'll be able to get it back. Along with being white supremacists, the creators of Kick are also very anti-LGBTQ. If you aren't aware, if you haven't been in like the Dream Team fandom or like Sapnap fandom, it's very heavily teen girls and like queer people. It's kind of what majority of their fan base is around. Not saying that that's bad, but like that is a large amount of their fan base. Sapnap, listen, buddy old pal, why would you do this? This doesn't even seem like a good business decision, because now, instead of streaming on a platform that isn't like 100% good 10 out of 10 platform, no platform is, you've now moved to a worse platform that like racists and homophobes and transphobes are on. Like, Kick is very geared to like cis-het people. Cis straight white men is like their demographic. The only reason that I would think that you went on there is because you wanted more straight white cis men in your audience. Brother, I don't know why you would care about who's in your audience, considering money is money. Let's be real. And listen, I know that fandoms can get pretty toxic. It often does with like teen-based fandoms, and it's probably because, you know, teenagers aren't the best at like decisions and like judging how mad you should be at something, which is fine. Just don't like dox people, who harass people. But I'm gonna be real, man. The Kick demographic probably isn't any better than the current fan base that you have. The current toxic fans that you have. They're probably not gonna be any fucking better. I think people like to say that it was like, oh, you get paid more on Kick or whatever. You're fucking rich. Like, what? And I know, the rich just like to get richer, but are you serious? Are you fucking kidding me? This is the move you want to make? You want to alienate a major part of your fan base for more money? Honestly, I had like no problems with him. I'm gonna be real. There was like not a lot that I had like problems with him. Like he seemed pretty chill until he did that, and then I was like, okay, never mind. Just a reminder, guys, men that seem okay are still men. George I Found, or affectionately known as Goggy. George has also stayed pretty controversial-less in this whole thing, except for one major fucking thing. Trigger warning for SA, I'm not going into details. If you would like details on the situation and specifics, I highly recommend watching Katie Bug's story on this. This is kind of heavy, and I will get heated about this topic because it upsets me very much, because I've been in a similar situation as Katie, and it pisses me off that people tend to invalidate victims about this type of assault. People will invalidate victims no matter what, but when it comes to more of a he said, she said situation and things where things might not be very clear or whatever, people tend to just not care, especially if the person that is accused is someone that they like. So at the start of this year, Shelby Shovel did a stream where she was talking about a very toxic relationship that she was in with someone. She didn't name the person, but people thought it was Wilbur Soot because people speculated they were dating around that time, and given the timeline, they were like, oh, it's Wilbur Soot. Shelby said nothing more. Then Wilbur Soot put out a statement, an apology. That wasn't even really an apology. Following this, a lot of other creators and even just like regular Joe Schmo people started coming out with their own stories, SA, abuse, what have you, because when one victim speaks out, a lot more will come forward because they feel comfortable and safe and feel like they will be supported if they come out. This is always really beautiful when someone comes out with a story and a lot more victims will come out. I think that's a great thing, and I hate to see when it kind of slows down. It makes me feel good because people are actually listening to victim stories, whether it's just like one person on the internet scrolling through, finding the story and reading it. Someone's heard it. And it takes a lot of strength for victims to say anything, recount anything from what happened to them, because a lot of times it feels like you're reliving it when you recount stuff. So it takes a lot of strength, and it's amazing that Shelby started something that helped a lot of people come out. Katie Bugs is one of these people that shared her story, and she went live going through details of what happened with a certain creator. The creator was George Not Found. I believe that she didn't state who it was, but given the age that she said that the person was and a lot of other context clues, people figured out that it was George Not Found. I honestly couldn't tell you how much backlash it got when she came out, because I was mainly seeing support, so I'm pretty sure it was just mostly support for Katie. I think a lot of people were also kind of skeptical on it because it's a difficult situation. I'll briefly go into it. Once again, I don't like to go into details. Please seek out Katie's story if you want to hear what she has to say. Sum it up at VidCon or TwitchCon. A convention was invited back to Dream and George's hotel room to have drinks, play games, whatever. Katie at the time was 18, and that is the only time I'm going to bring up her age in this situation, because fuck right off if you're going to say anything about her age in this. Okay, the legal drinking age in America is 21, okay? It doesn't fucking matter her age, was still fucked, okay? A lot of people were making a bigger deal about her drinking at 18 than what happened. It doesn't fucking matter if she was drinking, doesn't fucking matter if she was under the legal drinking age. The second night, George was touching Katie in inappropriate places, and Katie was feeling very uncomfortable. She didn't say anything. She didn't push him off. That's the thing that a lot of people would have arguments about, because, well, she didn't say no, and she wasn't like pushing him off. She wasn't showing that she was uncomfortable. If you've never been in a situation where someone's doing something to you and you are so uncomfortable that you cannot move, you don't understand what it's like in this situation. I probably have bias against Katie because I have like victim bias. This happens a lot with like when I hear about SA allegations or rape allegations. I tend to side with the victim a lot because I have victim bias. You want to get mad at me for having victim bias, go ahead, but I really don't care. And for some people, it's really difficult when it's happening to you to say or do anything. Sometimes you just freeze. It doesn't mean that she secretly wanted him to touch her or anything. It's just the body's response. Different people will have different responses to certain situations, and that's just how it goes. Sometimes you can say, no, get off me, or you can push them off, or at least try if they're physically overpowering you or whatever. But sometimes you just freeze, and that doesn't mean that it's not an assault, because unless you are in a relationship with a person and have had a clear-cut, concise talk about consent, always get verbal consent. Silence is a no. No is a no. Pushing someone off of you is a no. Anything other than a yes is a no. Okay? Cool? We got that? George would later come out with I'm pretty sure it was a pre-recorded video of him going through his own accounts of those nights and saying that he didn't mean to make Katie uncomfortable and that he just thought that she was okay with it. I'm pretty sure this was before George did his stream, but Dream went on a 40-minute long Twitter space. 40 minutes. I sat here and listened to him yap. Given I put it in 2x speed in the video that I was watching because I didn't want to sit here for 40 minutes. So, what did Dream have to say on this situation? This is his best friend, or one of his closest friends. What is he gonna say on it? Well, he essentially made it about himself. He was upset that Katie didn't feel comfortable coming to him to talk about this. Cunt, you are close friends with this person, and you have so much more power and influence than she does. No fucking wonder she didn't want to come to you. I've heard so many stories of victims going to their friends, or there's mutual friends with the person that assaulted them or whatever, and say, hey, this happened to me, and then them going, he wouldn't do that. He was repeatedly saying on the space that he is very open to talk to anyone if they have problems with him, blah, blah, blah. I have problems. I spent money on your merch. Can I have my money back, please? Alright, I shouldn't be joking because it's a serious situation. But also I spent a lot of money on your merch. Sorry. And I think he just doesn't understand how intimidating that is for anyone. Pretty sure he explains that he thought it was just nothing that people were mad at him because he thought it was just all the old allegation stuff coming up again and people just being mad at him for allegedly false things until he realized that it was about what Katie said and what allegedly happened that night. And he said that he went to go talk to George and sort it all out. And on the Twitter space, honestly, you'd be forgiven for coming away from it and thinking that Dream supports Katie, he supports victims, he believes her. You know, he might maybe stop associating with George, at least publicly. No, Dream, I listened to you cry on that space. I listened to your whimpering little voice on that space, and you're telling me you still fuck with this man? That's the thing that confuses me. Because if you want people to come to you about concerns, or God forbid, one of your friends assaults someone, and you would like the victim to be able and comfortable to come talk to you about it, you staying friends with him, at the very least publicly, does not help at all. You're showing that you don't care. You're showing that you don't actually support victims or that you believe Katie. You know what? I'm sure it sucks to feel like people can't come to you with their problems and griefs with you, but this isn't about you. Why did I need to hear you cry about it for 40 fucking minutes? Sorry, I'm like actually sorry. I should also mention that Katie Bugs, as of today, or depending when I post this, as of today, the 2nd of August, has completely left the internet. She posted some stories on her Instagram, and George is still thriving. So no, it hasn't ruined his career. This situation kind of just reflects how a lot of things go, especially if the person is in power. This is what happens. It gets pushed down, and the victim out of everyone gets hurt the most. Not only do they have to live with what happened, but they have to live with no one believing them, constantly shaming them, and in this case, no longer posting. I think Katie could have, kept posting, but she decided not to, and that's completely on her. I hope she heals from this and can feel better about everything. It's really difficult, but I just hope that she does. Yeah, no, it doesn't always ruin, allegations don't always ruin the man's chances or ruin a man's career. If anything, it will ruin victims. And that's unfortunately how it goes. You can see it over and over again. Like I said, especially with people in power, people who have money. Either victims get paid off, silenced, or just harassed so much that they struggle to say anything else about it. Unfortunately, people do not believe victims most of the time. And this situation really angers me because Katie's an amazing creator, and she stepped away from the internet. Don't know if she'll be back. Honestly, I just want her to do what's best for her. If that means coming back eventually, if that doesn't, that's completely up to her, and I just hope that she lives her best life. I'd be like, Ferret, well, what's happened, What's the situation? Well, as I said before, Dream's going on concerts with Young Gravy. Anyways, you recently posted a video with Sapnap and George, and I'm pretty sure Bad Boy Halo was in it. Sapnap, like I said, streaming on Kick. George, honestly, I haven't seen that much of him posting, but he's still doing things with his friends. Honestly, do I think that they're gonna stop posting or ever get fully cancelled? No. They're 3 white rich men. They're most likely never gonna fully get thrown off the internet unless they get imprisoned or something. But let me tell you, it's real hard to get a white man off the internet. It's really difficult to get rich men off of the internet. Holy fucking shit. Guys, I live in Australia. Wilbur's coming here. The fuck am I supposed to do? I'm scared. And now that I actually live in a city, where people come to concerts, and he's coming to my city, it's scary. It's weird. I don't like it. Step back. No, it's really difficult to get these kinds of people off the internet, and I don't think they ever will. I think if they stop posting, it's because they've decided to stop posting. This whole thing is a little bit frustrating, considering I did like these people. I supported these people. I bought their merch. I would watch their streams, watch their videos, follow them. These are people that I supported. And it's really frustrating to see that they've kind of turned into people that I would absolutely hate. If you told me in 2021 that all this shit would happen, it would have blown my fucking mind. I'd be like, no, Dream's a funny guy. Sapnap. Sappy nappy. Oh my god. Sap map. I hate this. And George, Newt.
I'm so silly.
My stepdad's home. It's really scary. I don't usually have the blinds open. Anyways, if you like this video, consider subscribing. Like I said, no idea how often I'm gonna post anymore. Life is crazy, and I I'm kind of terrified to post anymore. I don't know why. I just got like really scared of posting. I was like, people are gonna make fun of me. This is kind of like a trial to see how I feel about coming back. But like, yeah. You can follow me on like Instagram, Twitter, TwikTwalk. Follow me on TwikTwalk, guys. Follow me on TwikTwalk. Sorry. Disclaimer, there is some disturbing posts on my Twitter. I was drunk one night and decided to post some interesting things. And then I decided when I was sober not to delete them because I think they're actually funny. My friend told me not to post them, but I don't care. That's how I live life, okay? Drunk me post something and it just has to stay up. That's the rules. I hope you enjoyed this video. Consider checking out my other videos if you haven't seen me before. Again, please don't dox me. I am simply a human being that has a mouth and a brain and can talk and has opinions on things. You know, it's okay to have different opinion on things. It's like actually human. Please don't dox me. This is almost an hour long. Yippee. Bye.